Hey guys, alright, I'm Body Martial Arts here, and it's time for a video part 2 of the horse stance training fundamentals. Okay, so I just released this because it's a topic that's dear to my heart. I believe true martial arts begins with your contact with the ground, and this really needs to be studied and trained and perfected. And there's a lot of good little points that I use to help me, so it's just my opinion. But anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so last episode was the reset. We stood in the splits, we got our rooting started. So we've set ourselves, we've straightened everything out. I explained this last time. We've got our rooting. We're twisting and pulling up. Yeah, see the difference there? It's only small, but imagine the analogy is as if you've got socks on and you're trying to stop your feet from slipping away. Yeah, so you're not just using the stickiness of your shoes to stay on the ground, you're actually pulling up, yeah, and going down. And I pull up and I hold it there and I breathe, and you'll see that it's like the saying, calm on the outside, storm on the inside. That's what's going on here. Because you can stand in this for, a minute or two, and you're sweating, and an onlooker could be looking and going like, he's not doing anything. But really, boom, see, you're not resting on your muscles. You're pulling off everything, and that's the key to developing the rooting and developing everything, and really feeding those tendons. Now, just a quick mention, Shifu Nick Myers, a good pal of mine, very knowledgeable. He is on YouTube, but he stays in the background. He's got a few videos, but he gets fed up with YouTube a lot, and I don't blame him because of the flamers and the ignorant people out there. But anyway, he mentioned a good idea with this. When he trains these sorts of things, he will raise up as he breathes in and sink as he breathes down. Now it's almost invisible, but you'll get what I mean when you try it. When he breathes in, he'll activate those tendons and pull up, and when he breathes out, boom, he'll sink down and do the opposite rooting by pushing the feet out and raise and sink and raise and sink. Yeah, and it's a minuscule movement, but it's awesome. So I just wanted to say that on his behalf there. He does have a video about the similar thing and how he trains it. That's how you could work it into this. So great information from him there. Thanks for that, Nick, my man. Okay, anyway. How many minutes are we on now? God, I can't even see. Anyway, okay, so that's a recap on that. So we're doing all that right. Okay, we sorted all these things out. What's the next phase? Okay, the next phase is to turn the one leg out. Yeah. Now you're still doing this on a straight line. Yeah. And this is basically the warrior pose from yoga. Yeah. So, but the same routings as you were doing before are happening. Okay. So this hand's here to check here. Ooh, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Hey. Ooh, it's one of the positions, similar to one of the positions from Shaolin. This hand here is keeping the hips set back so that you know your hips in a straight line. This leg here is parallel with the ground, but now this is a true bow arrow. And why it is called bow arrow, my friends, is because you are pulling as hard as you can with this muscle here and here, all the underside muscles. This heel is back like this with the toe. Your heel is in line with the arch of your foot, and literally you're pulling, you're straightening this leg, and you're pushing it out in the same rooting as before, and this leg is pulling sideways, yeah, and you literally pull everything, and with that tension that you're with, that it literally feels like a bow, like you're drawing a bow. With that tension, you just stand, and you stand in that tension, and you want to be at this. I mean, this. Remember to keep this knee out and that hip straight. Yeah, and this position to hold at first will probably, if you've never done it before, you won't be in this level of lowness. you'll be up here somewhere going, oh, and you feel your hip crack. Now, you stand in that position, yeah, and you see, if you stand in it and let it relax, these top muscles will start burning, no good. You need to pull the bow arrow, pull the arrow. Imagine your legs are the bow, and you're pulling the string up. Or you're imagining somehow your legs are a bow and they're pulling out, they're pulling like this, and you're raising up, yeah, from the ground. And then when you relax, these activate. But it's these that are working. So once you've had enough on that side, you stretch it out. You just twist this foot in, you twist that foot out, and you do exactly the same on the other side. Yeah, so toes are facing forward with this. Unlike conventional bow arrow stance where they're slightly drawn in. Yeah? Because this is like the yogic original. These are pulling and you're pulling. So now imagine as if one leg's slipping out from under you with the socks on and you're trying to hold it in place, and this leg is activated from under here, and again you twist and you hold. And before, when I used to do this, it used to hurt loads and I used to get cracks and all sorts of noises, but now I'm nice and straight. Yeah, and do it. And you can relax, you can rest a bit, you can rest, you can activate this back muscle, and then you can pull, and then rest, and then pull, and then rest, and the same on the other side. Yeah? Now, if you're having problems with this, creep back with the back leg, yeah? So don't sort of try bending forward. If you're having problems, creep back with the back leg and let the back leg draw these muscles straight. Dynamic tension. Lengthen and strengthen, yeah? The same with the other side. And with that in mind, you can see, I mean, this camera is not very high off the floor at all, but you can see the length of posture, and I could take insanely more length than this, but you can see the length of posture. I must be, look, I'm the width of not even from my tips of my finger, or from my tips of my finger to my elbow joint off the ground, and I'm standing, yeah, the same. It doesn't have to be this insanely low, but once you get it this low, it's brilliant. Lengthen and strengthen, but keep that good form. Yeah, okay, and raise. And no doubt when you raise, you'll be feeling some clicks and because your spine and hips will be aligning themselves. So, how many minutes? Okay, 8 minutes. So the key to that posture is staying in it, and most of all, correct form, and practice and practice and practice, because even if you're a martial artist, you may do that posture and it just may be the most alien thing in the world, yeah? So remember, it's on a flat line, yeah? The back foot arch lines up with the heel of the front foot, and it's like a bow and arrow, because when you set yourself in that position, you pull up with the muscles, and you want the underside muscles working, and the same when you turn around, yeah? And you can imagine like you're pulling up a wire from the floor, or that one leg's trying to slip away and you're pulling. And once again, the secret key is, if you're ever having problems with the front leg, because it only gets to a certain position, take the back leg back. That's the secret I've learned, yeah? So lots of people try and bend down with the front leg, these muscles over-engage, becomes painful. The moment you take the back leg back, look what you've got, yeah? You've got crazy deep stance, yeah? And you see me here, yeah? On the straight line. 1, 2. Now that's pushing out, pushing out, pushing out, pulling, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. And you feel the power there. Pulling in, pulling in. Yeah? Awesome. Okay. Now there was one big point I wanted to mention. Like I said, don't worry too much about going low. That'll come with time. Just worry about developing the right muscle groups. There was one really good point that I wanted to mention. Damn it. Ah, yes. That's what it was. Sorry, I keep forgetting things. How much time are we on? 10 minutes. Geez, it was... Sorry, I'm leaving you guys in suspense here. Shit, it was like a major point. Ah, yes. Now, guys, if anyone's still listening, this now starts to unlock the real key of your stances. Once you take your joints and muscles to this extent, they relax. They relax. Then you learn the true truth about stances. Stances are not about strong muscles. They're about reflecting forces. Now this not only unlocks the length of time you can stay in your stance, it unlocks Qigong power and iron body power, because iron body is just reflecting forces through your stances. Yeah? So for instance, you know, once you've unlocked this is like a bridge. Yeah? The force of your body pushing down here goes here, there, here. The center of gravity is in the middle, and you can stand like this for hours. And the same the other way. And the same in the splits. Yeah? And that's the key. And then the same in horse stance. Yeah? The horse stance is basically just like a bridge. Here's the legs. They go off at slight angles. It's like a bridge, isn't it? Yeah? And that's the sort of little key there that you'll get from training this 12 minutes, is that you'll realise that, oh shit, it doesn't require any effort. Once you've expended a lot of effort, it then doesn't require any effort to stay in these, because your body's been reassembled. And then you're one more step closer to really powerful stances and a decent horse stance. But I would say horse stance actually doesn't matter. It's all of them that matter, you know. In other words, a good horse stance will be a result of all of these things. So it's a means to an end. Yeah? Okay. Anyway, good training.